First of all, we have our walls primed. They've been pole sanded with 220 sandpaper and have been wiped down. Now we're going to show you how to cut in the finish. I like to put, you know, 1/4 inch, between 1/4 and 1/2 inch of paint on the brush. Slap it on the sides of the pot to get off the excess paint. Start along the trim. The trim's already been painted, and we're going to cut in. Draw a nice straight line. Put a little cut on the brush, a little angle. Put a little tension on the brush so that it curves a little bit. You get a nice point to cut along the trim. Alright. Then we're going to paint, go up along the wall and paint into the paint. Long strokes, last stroke always into the paint. That way you won't have any brush marks or lap marks. Like that, nice and smooth. We have an outlet right here. I'll show you paint around an outlet. Get the paint right up against the edge of it. So when you put your cover back on, there'll be paint behind it. Just brush it out. We're going to roll over that, get a nice finish. And just brush long strokes. Alright, show you how to cut in the ceiling. A little bit of paint on the brush. Just flex it a little bit, get an angle, and cut in along where the ceiling meets the wall. A little more paint. And then cut into the painted area. A little flex on the brush. Go easy or slow. You want to make sure that the paint butts up against the ceiling. Get a nice clean finish. Now we have the wall cut in, as you can see. And next we're going to show you how to roll the finish coat on. Like we said, the primer's all set, the wall's cut in. First thing, trim's already done first. First of all, the trim has to get done. That way you get a nice cut in edge. Your ceiling's cut in, the paint's cut in along the trim. Now we're gonna roll, have our dry roller. What I like to do is get a little paint up on the tray and spin it in the air, switch it over, get some paint on this baby. And then where we're going to start, upper corner, upper left-hand corner. I'm right-handed, it's easier for me to paint that way. Roll. Get the paint off the roller first. Then what I like to do is come in and get as close to the edge as I can. And roll between the ceiling and the wall. And from the top, I like to cut in with the roller all the way down. The reason that you're doing this is to get the finish of the roller as close to the edge as you can, so it blends in. We'll do a section. Primarily, it's going to be the same way that you're applying the primer. You're going to roll from the dry into the wet. Go horizontally. Get a good layer of paint on there. And do the bottom section. When you get the sections done, the top and the bottom, and then you lay off, continue on the rest of the wall in the same manner that you watched me do the left side. Go back into it, roll your next section out from the dry into the wet, roll into the paint that was already painted, and give you an idea of exactly what to do. All right. Sometimes you might see that something comes out in the paint. Take it off. Don't leave it in the wall. That'll give you a more professional finish. Once again, cut in the bottom. And then lay off. You want to lay off into the wet edge that's already there. Roll it down, lay off. And that's what you would do, and you would continue on and finish off the rest of the wall. And that's it.